is my button blanket. I like it because it has a dog on it. I made one with a dog on it because I like dogs. I put 2 paws on my button blanket because I used to have a dog and now I have a puppy. The button blankets are called button blankets because they have buttons. We can wear them.
Once they had made their initial design, I had them make it out of construction paper. So they had black construction paper, they had a red border of red paper, and then they had cut their symbol out of red paper. This is all glued down on just a small, about 9 by 12 floor mat. And then I'd given them little white stick-em dots to add their button designs. I'd forgotten that. And they had to write why they had chosen this particular symbol as their sort of personal symbol they wanted on their blanket.
I have a fish pen, but my mom and dad forgot to take the fish out for the winter, so they died. That's why I put a fish on my button blanket. The end.
How many pieces are going to be 48 inches long? 5. The size. How many pieces are those?
3.
3 sides?
2
sides. So we need 2 48s? 160. Are you holding? Hold it on here. Big. Oh, we need a measure right there.
Okay. Pull down, pull down, pull down, pull down. Make sure the white line is right at the end of the table, girls. Don't go too far.
Where's the end of the table?
Okay. Pearls, are you cutting down there?
Slowly.
Take your time.
Sit on my feet 1 second. I think that's supposed to go on your side. I can see it better. Yeah, but like them long stuff. It is? Probably give it to the next one. That's good. In the hall. Oh, we've been.
They invested so much of themselves in it. That's what made it so powerful for them. For the first time in their lives, this really was theirs. They knew this. They knew what it was to sew on all those buttons and to make this design and see the thing come true. It was a very powerful experience.
This is my dog, and my last name is Pearl, so I put this button on. And that's real mother Pearl. And how I got that was I had just lost a tooth, and my mom knew I was doing this project. So when I woke up the next morning, I found underneath my blanket this button. She told me what it was for. And then this is just an oyster, because pearls are in oysters. And then this is my mom, this is my dad, this is my brother, and that's me. These 4 groups are like for a season, like this is a year. There's 4 seasons in a year, so there's 4 buttons. And so I was 9, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I did 4 over here. And then I split one in half. See? 2, 2. So I was 9 years old when I did this.
The blankets, as we learned from studying about them, had symbolic meaning for the person who wore them. It in effect represented that person's family and from what line of ancestry they were from, what kinds of wealth they had. And so we did modify the symbols a little bit so that the children could include things that were meaningful to them. I know some children ended up putting designs of their pets as their central design.
I had an iguana when I was younger, and he died, and he was very, very special to me.
The design for each child had something on it that represented something very important to them. The personal side of it, being able to decide symbols that represent you, was enormously gratifying for them.
Well, I sort of decided on this design because it tells a story of my life, and well, at first I didn't really know how this would turn out, but I think it turned out really well. And this is my fish, which symbolizes the catch that I made, the first fish I ever caught. This is an eye or a mouth that either looks at the fish or eats the fish, because I did eat this fish. I love this piece still, and I'll never lose.